we're gonna have to hurry along with the questions.
Not live yet, Vivian.
It's okay. I'm still talking to the audience. The stream is not live. Just go ahead and go on air when you can. So, oh, look at that. It's okay. I'm still talking to the audience. This is so funny. Let's go over here.
It's like
This
Inception.
is so funny. It's like, it is Inception. This is awesome.
Any guests can stand back, please.
This
Yeah.
is so weird.
There you go, Liz.
I love it.
It's so cool.
Do a dance, Mike. Do a dance.
You guys,
Ooh.
I don't like Mongo
Okay,
Cat.
and now wait.
oh my god.
What?
Wait,
No,
why-
There's
thanks.
someone
me
in
too.
front of me, and there's like
Can you
a.
please
This is
stand
like
away from the screen,
Inception.
please?
It is. Sorry, I have laryngitis.
I hate them.
Oh, well, we don't like you either. Okay. But anyway, you have a lot of emojis for them, make them feel welcome. We were in Somnium Space and we did really, really cool updates in there. Unfortunately, it didn't work it was my fault. It didn't work for me. So that's why we're back in here. And that's totally fine. So, Nathie, I saw that you're getting ready for your countdown for 2018. Can you just give us some highlights right now of what you
Countdown.
saw was exciting? Oh no,
Oh,
your 2018 video.
Oh yeah, well, I'm uploading that one tomorrow, but I basically worked on a rewind video of all the games, experiences, and apps that came out this year. That pushed VR to the next level, and
I don't like you.
there are like 100 games in the video, and it's like 2 or 3 minutes long. So. But it's not out yet. But it's full of like the best titles like Beat Saber and Astrobot and just pretty much everything you can think of. Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think 2018 has been a pretty decent year for VR in general. I think PC VR is growing. More Rifts, Vives, and Windows MR headsets are selling more than ever. So I think in that sense it's good. But I think 2018 really was the year for PSVR. I think that's where PSVR really exploded. I think they had a great year indeed. They announced that they sold over 3 million headsets, which is a landmark in terms of VR hardware. And then we, of course, saw the Oculus Go being released as well. So we saw a little surge in mobile headsets, which is really cool. So yeah, overall, I think 2018 was a decent year for VR, but I think everyone's more excited for 2019 to see what sort of that brings for us all.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You're a guest spot, but we should take a picture, all three of us, because we actually got to meet at OC5, so
Yeah.
it's really cool that we're in here now, too.
Yeah, you should squeeze in. Yeah, come on, Nathie.
Yeah.
Squeeze
Okay.
Yeah,
in.
it's good.
There we go.
Yeah, because that's right. Because we were all at Oculus Connect 5 together in California. It was the first time
Yes.
I'd met Vivian in real life. So that was super
It was
cool.
amazing for him. It was a great experience.
It was a standout experience of 2018, of course, and obviously
I'm trash.
being with the guys as well, like Nathie and the other guys from our podcast, like Rowdy Guy and Zentok 5. That was a super cool experience as well, because despite us hanging out every Saturday on a podcast and talking about VR regularly, it was the first time we'd all actually met up in real life. So that was a really nice experience for us.
And what did you guys think of the Quest?
I'll let Nathie go first with the Quest.
Okay. Well, let's say for the prototype we tried, it's really good. It's amazing how it works, and I think we tried a few titles. We played Dead and Buried in like a big warehouse. it's super awesome that you can just go wherever you want. If you have a big space, you can use it all with the Quest, and its controllers are like the touch controllers, but in a different kind of angle, right?
Yeah.
But it's really cool. I'm really curious what the full product is gonna look like, for sure. So
Yeah, and for me, the Quest, I think it's going to bring, VR to the masses. It's an affordable headset. It's really accessible, easy to use. You just put the headset on, like the Oculus Go, and you're in a VR experience. And from what we tried at Oculus Connect 5 with all the demos and experiences we tried, they're comparable experiences to what you can experience with an Oculus Rift right now or a Windows MR headset right now. But the only difference is, the visual clarity is going to be less, of course, because it's running on a mobile processor, not an expensive graphics card in your PC. So in that sense, I think it's going to be great because you can have a similar sort of experience, albeit a little bit watered down.
Right. So if you can like look around here, we have a ton of people, and you can tell that they're on the go. And Allspace has just like exploded after Christmas with a really cool community. But Nathie, you have over 400,000 subscribers, and Mike, you just hit a big number too. What was that number?
I just hit over 30,000, so
That's awesome. Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
I have 200. Whatever. No, but how do you guys like keep in touch with the community and then reaching out to people who are in VR or wanting it?
Sure. So I'll take that one first. I have a community Discord where, I'm growing that sort of community of people that are interested in VR and want to help each other out and, find out the best deals. And they can ask each other questions, but also meet up with each other and play games together because that's a difficult thing to do in VR right now. Finding the player base for some multiplayer games is really hard. So, I created this community so people can team up with each other and play together. But also, we use like some of the community features like on YouTube, the community tab on YouTube. And also we update our social media as well regularly. So if you follow us on social media, you get a lot of behind the scenes stuff and what we're up to day and sort of keep in touch with the fans that way as well.
Yeah, and I think you do a good job of that. What about you, Nathie?
yeah, so I mean it's the same story. I have my own Discord where we talk about VR. You can also ask me questions anytime through Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And we also have a community tab on YouTube now where we can, post polls of what people want. And yeah, you can just send me a comment anytime if you want. And it's so easy with the internet, right? You can just drop something and before you know it, you have an answer.
I do. I message Nathie every day. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, you're the memester
No.
of my Discord.
Yeah. And I called me a troll. I love it.
Yeah.
I do. I have to.
Beware.
I can't help it.
Beware, Vivian is a troll. Okay, beware.
I can't help it. I only do it to people I like though, so take it as a compliment.
No, she's fine. She's fine. It's all safe. She's sometimes a troll. Okay? Let me say it like that.
I don't troll Mike though. He's just so nice. Not that you're not Nathie, but again, Mike is just so sweet. Okay, well we are almost at the end of 2018. Did you guys have a favorite VR experience?
Wow, favorite VR experience of 2018. I think like Beat Saber, it has to be Beat Saber, not only because I love that game and it's one of the ones that I always go back to and play on every platform. I'm playing it on PC and on PSVR as well. And I think that it's done a great job for getting the word out about VR. It's the closest thing we've got right now to a VR killer app, I think. And it's brought a lot of new people into VR and with those great mixed reality videos that Liv created. So yeah, I would give it to Beat Saber in terms of like the best thing that happened in 2018 for me in terms of VR anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of like obvious too. Yeah, Beat Saber is definitely one of the best experiences. What about you, Nathie?
Yeah, so I think like for the industry, Beat Saber was like the system seller. Personally, for me, I really enjoyed Astrobot, so it's like one of the best platformers I've ever played. But yeah, Beat Saber was killing it for sure.
Yeah. And I also want to say, like, Pixel Ripped was really
Oh, yes.
awesome. It was very
Yeah, I
unique.
agree. That's
It
great.
was really cool. They have great marketing and just super cute and creative, and the flashback.
Yeah.
So, and I know I want to ask you guys about some releases. I just want to give a shout out to Jake and the Giant. It's an asymmetrical multiplayer local one. And just wanted to give a shout out to that one. It was just released Christmas Eve. So congratulations, Mark, for releasing that. But what are you guys looking forward to in 2019 for games?
I think game-wise, I'm really excited about Stormland on Rift.
Yeah.
I'm also excited about this new potential Valve headset that might be coming, that we got teased earlier on this month. And of course the Quest, so they're the sort of main three things I'm super excited about for 2019. Wow. Yeah. Experience of 2018. I think like Beat Saber, it has to be Beat Saber. Not only because I love that game, and
Okay.
it's one of the ones that I
Is there any questions out here? Arthur, are you in here?
I'm playing it on PC and on PC.
Yeah.
What about you, Nathie? What was your sort of what are you looking forward to the most in 2019?
Thanks, dude.
Sorry. I don't give a Nathan thanks.
Hey, no problem. It's fine. It's fine.
He's gonna make me pay for it.
I'm very excited for potential hardware. Yeah. And I don't know what that's gonna be. That could be, Valve. That could be, I don't know, the Axel, or maybe, I don't know. We don't really know what it could be. It's kind of mysterious. But it's definitely gonna be the war of VR headsets in 2019. Yeah.
And particularly standalone headsets as well. I think,
Yes.
a lot of you out there may be
Yes.
using a Go right now. But I think, this time next year, there'll be a lot of you out there using a standalone device like a Quest or a Vive Focus or a Shadow VR headset. And that's going to be super exciting as well. And I think a lot more people have access to hand tracking as well, like, up through the Pimax and using the Magic Leap as well. Because that's really fun, especially to come into alt space and play with your hands, like with hand tracking is so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I see a lot of names out here that I recognize. Shogun for sure. I saw Dr. Oculus. How's it going? Hey guys, and I think there were some questions for you guys. Let me just
sure, go for it.
Pull that there. Let's see. Ramarcus. Are you here?
Yeah, he's here. I can see him. Yeah, in the background there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one with the beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
You mean the replica of Remarcus?
Yeah.
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 I feel like a real noob because I've just got a robot body.
Yeah,
I know. Like, standard avatar.
I know. Yeah,
I'll just
I don't
customize
have to tell
it.
you that's the equivalent of being naked. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
God, you don't even dress. Did you have a question? No. He's really shy. Okay. Yeah, Aiden. I'm just mirroring everyone in. There's that.
Oh, we got
Steven,
Paradise Decay up there
Dragon
as well.
Killer. Oh yeah, Paradise Decay. Hey, what's up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, dude.
It looks like PD as well.
Yeah, he looks like PD.
Yeah.
My name, I'm happy.
Wait, these are the new updates. What do you think
She
about
called
them?
my name, I'm happy. Hey, buddy. Oh,
yeah, it's
I'm
cool.
inside of you.
It's cool. So cool. This is like hilarious. I'm sorry. But like we would normally have like a stage, and but this is kind of funny. If you want to just like pan around, it's like it looks like a ton of people who don't know what's going on, and then also really, really awesome people from the community like showed up. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Just like a shout out to everyone.
Yeah, and Vivian, there's people in other rooms too, right? So you can have
Yeah, there are other rooms.
to show Mike and Nathie. If you do emojis, you'll see their.
Yeah,
can
you
see
guys
those.
just throw up
Throw an
emojis,
emoji.
and they'll see.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You'll see all the people in the other rooms.
Oh, I see. I
saw
didn't
them
realize
right
there
here.
was like
You see these
multiple
little
rooms.
dots? Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I
all
see,
multiple
I see.
rooms.
Right.
Yeah,
Hello,
there are
other
like
people in the
thousands
rooms that I
of
can't
people.
actually see you.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's so many. Let's see.
So Vivian,
anime?
let's ask you a question.
Yeah.
So like
Sure.
in terms of your 2018, other than meeting me and Nathie in real life, of course, what was your highlight of 2018?
Meeting Rowdy, obviously.
Hey, you know what?
No, I'm kidding.
Wow, what a troll. She is a troll. You were right, Nathie. You're
Okay,
right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
see ya. No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, 2018 was awesome because I got to meet so many great people and that exposed me to a lot of things. But number one, hands down, of 2018 is Onward. Sorry, that's the best thing I've done. Because Nikki was like, "You're not playing Onward, come on," and no one believed me. But I saw it. Remember, we watched the finals, OC5, and it was really cool. Then I tried it, and then I interviewed some of the league players. And it's so awesome. So we are actually going to do an Onward tournament inside of Vault Space. You guys,
Nice.
we're going to put an Onward map
Wow.
inside, and
yeah.
they're going to watch a tournament. The casters are all going to be in here. Sleepy is going to cast it. So we got some people from VRML helping out, and so
that's cool.
I'm on a league team now for some reason. I don't know why. So that was my number one experience, is getting into actual VR gaming.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'd be interested to know, have you tried contractors and how you find that compares to like Onward?
Yeah, I did try contractors. I got a beta. And I'm not even trolling. I'm serious. It's too violent for me.
Oh, really? Really? Serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow.
But I know. I was like, you play Onward. I'm like, yeah, there's not like blood like all over the place. But
Right.
however, with contractors, I will say I've watched a lot of the videos and I was exploring, and the graphics are killer. Like, it's really, really, like, looks really good in there. I mean, I obviously have a bias towards Onward now, but yeah, I definitely thought it was good. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I really liked it for those very reasons, like you said. You know, the graphics are really great. I think it's the best looking multiplayer VR shooter right now. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I'm not a massive multiplayer guy myself, but from what I've played so far, yeah, I totally dig it.
Oh, hello, Brendan. Let's see, there's other questions, but it looks like people just kind of want to. Jamie, did you have a question? Oh, there.
Yes, I do. I got two things.
Yes.
Just to quickly say. Yes, I got Ready Player One on my Oculus Go, by the way. Yep. That's the first one I did. And second of all, yes. And second of all, what are you hoping for the future of VR? Like what things do you want improved in kind of gadgets or specifications in a VR headset in the future?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think for me, of course, you know, having a field of view that's indistinguishable from your own normal field of view, so like 210 degrees would be super nice, and sort of retina display where, you know, it's very high resolution, very clear, and no screen door effect. But on top of, you know, just better visuals, I think also like haptic suits are super interesting. Having tried some like very early haptic feedback technology, it's super immersive and it really adds to an experience. So, you know, feeling hot and cold, feeling vibrations around your body is a really
Like feeling
amazing
temperature
experience. So,
kind of changes.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. We got to try that at Gamescom
Yeah.
this year. Hot and cold on your hands as well as your face. And
I
they were
did
able
see
to
a gadget
simulate.
like that.
Yeah. They were able to
And you could
simulate like
simulate
a
airflow as
rainfall.
well in like certain environments.
Yeah,
You could simulate the airflow in the
exactly.
game, so it feels like you're actually in the game.
Yeah, so those kind of things, even small amounts of haptic feedback make a huge difference. So I'm excited for those two things in particular.
Yeah.
The
I can't
Omino
wait to
treadmill
push
as
you
well.
around.
That is a good like thing that I'm looking forward to try in the future.
Yeah, what about you,
I
Nick?
think
What
like
do
in
you think
general,
of
like
treadmills?
standalone, you know, that's gonna do the trick. I hope for next year. And what I would also like to see, besides you know better VR headsets, is more VR in stores, because I barely see VR, you know, in the outside world. So if people want to discover VR, they should be able to try it somewhere. And if it's in a store or somewhere else, it should be easy to, you know, check out. And then if you are interested, you can buy it instead of just looking at a box.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so let's see, Shogun, you had a question? Oh,
No. Well, actually,
do you think in the future there will be like places where you can play VR, like stores where you can experience the VR and everything?
Yeah, I think right now what we've learned from the Chinese market is that VR arcades is really booming over there, and it's really driving the adoption of VR into the mainstream over there. And it's something that's slowly coming over into the West. We're seeing VR arcades pop up in the States and in Europe as well, but not as much, obviously, as in the Asian market. So I think if VR arcades become bigger and more profitable, then obviously we'll get more popping up. And then I think that's a great place for people to try out VR for the first time. And then once they're sold on the concept, then they will see the transfer into buying headsets for the home as well. Just like they did with the early arcade games, and then when the consoles appeared, the transition went, and then VR arcades died. So I think they have a limited lifespan, but I think they will be very important in the early days.
Yeah.
Nathie, do you have anything? I remember to ask you.
What?
Exactly.
Sorry?
He's asking what you think.
No, I totally agree. With arcades, they play a big role. But in China, they're like way bigger. In Asia in general.
Yeah, for sure.
And in America, they are. When I was in LA, they have like one on the Hollywood Boulevard, like a VR arcade, and I was surprised it was there. I was like, oh, so they're like on the the tourist spots, because arcades really become like a tourist thing as well. Although I hope it's not just gonna be that fun experience people have and that's it, because right now VR is sometimes not exciting enough for some people to actually buy one. So they just go to an arcade, they spend some money, and that's it. But I hope that later down the road, things become so, real, immersive, more fun, more appealing, that people don't just go to an arcade to spend a few bucks, but they also feel like, okay, this is something I need. Because at the moment, that's still not, when I go to expos and stuff like that, people stand in queues for hours to try VR.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
honestly, most of them are just there to try it once to see how far it's proceeding, how good it is. But it's still not to a point where everyone is just gonna massively rush to the stores. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
agree with that. Okay, so because of technical difficulties, we do have to cut this short. So for everyone that's in the room, we'll be here, but I gotta cut the stream short real quick. Thank you guys for hanging through
Hey, no problem.
this, and we will do this again in Somnium. Don't you worry. We'll do another tour of them. Okay. So goodbye to everyone on the stream. Thanks for joining us, and happy New Year.
Goodbye. Bye, guys.
Forever.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.